If you put 10 musicians in a room and ask them this simple question, who is the greatest living musician at this time, I guarantee you that more than one person will say Keith Jarrett. And here's why. Now, there are way too many reasons to love Keith and his work. He is one of the greatest musicians ever to walk the planet, period. Now, when you ask people why, they might pinpoint things like his incredible solo piano recordings where he's improvising for hours on end, or maybe his trio work, or his compositions which have become jazz standards, or even his classical recordings where he's playing Bach on harpsichord. But for me, as a pianist, the most untouchable and amazing thing about Keith, by far, is his use of left-hand ostinatos. Now, for those who don't know, an ostinato is a repeated musical pattern or a repeated rhythm. So something like this would be an ostinato, right? Or so it could be a repeated rhythm or a repeated bass line or something that's just there and rolling over and over and over. And what Keith has pioneered and mastered to a degree that no other jazz pianist has is the ability to play not only an ostinato in the left hand, but a very difficult one, while simultaneously improvising with his right hand for minutes on end, and he will never drop a note in the left hand. Before I say anything else, you guys have to watch this clip. This is one of the most unbelievable solo piano performances that you will ever see. It's 5 minutes that will just blow your mind, so please watch it. So let me demonstrate what improvising over an ostinato would look like. So let me pick a simple one, and I'll try to improvise, with my right hand while I play the ostinato, and I will try not to freeze or drop a beat or screw up. All right, here it goes. So you see I'm trying to maintain this pattern in my left hand, not screw up, and improvise creatively with the right hand. It's very difficult. Now in that clip that I made you guys watch, Keith does not do a nice and simple ostinato like the one I just did. He does something crazy. Did you guys catch that? It's this, very slowly. I mean, that is so difficult just on its own with the left hand. He's starting by reaching for an interval of a tenth, and he's barring two notes. He starts with G and A, barred with the thumb. And I don't have small hands, but I really have to kind of contort. So how does he do that so quickly and improvise so freely with the right hand? I can't tell you how he practices because I've never had the honor of meeting Keith. But when I was practicing ostinatos as a kid in college, which I did very briefly, I learned to do it by practicing every permutation and combination of rhythm against a left-hand pattern. So what that means is maybe improvising with half notes only in the right hand. So something like this. And then maybe trying quarter notes. And then trying actual combinations of rhythm like quarter, eighth, eighth, quarter, eighth, eighth, which will be harder, maybe like this. Right? Something like that. You have to go through hundreds of these patterns and write them down and keep track and practice diligently in order to really free yourself up so that you can do anything spontaneously in the right hand while maintaining such a pattern in the left perfectly. It's so difficult and very few people have come even close to taking it to Keith's level. That's why I think it's the most impressive facet of his overall musicianship by far. One more thought, when people start taking piano lessons, the first thing that they ask me about, or I should say the number one worry that they have, is how they are going to put the hands together. And this is generally due to a failure of understanding in terms of how the hands work together. You don't simply learn a right hand, learn a left hand, and smash them together. Your brain cannot binary process two things at the same time. So you often learn one hand first, you master it, and then you're sort of learning where the other hand works in relation to that hand. You might draw lines in the sheet music, you might look at one hand while you're trying to understand where the other locks up with the left hand. And this kind of creates a sum of the parts that you can think about as one thing. So I'm convinced that practicing ostinatos in this fashion so diligently by trying every possible thing that could be thrown at you is the only way to fully free yourself up. Is it how Keith did it? I don't know, but I think that it's very possible that he put a ton of time, and that's why he's able to marvel audiences with this technique. Anyway, guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm very curious to hear what you think. Please like this video, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.